Hi guys, welcome back. Day 2 of my December daily. So I have got these little photos here that I am going to include to tell my day 2 story. It is just about some things in the house that we have that are Christmas related. So as you can see, one photo over to the one that I'm cutting now is a little nutcracker, and that is a very special nutcracker to me. I used to work at a school in the city that has since shut down, and it was just my absolute favourite place to work. I adored it. I would have worked there forever. And that little nutcracker was from the final Christmas party that we had there when it was shutting down. And then the one on the left is a photo of my bedding, so you can see the cushions and my blanket, and then above our bed there's like a little ridge on the wall, and James and I have our little advent calendars tucked in there. These printables that you can see me flipping through at the moment are from Lynn, from LoveLynnsLife, and I don't end up actually using any of them, but I definitely intend to at some point during this December daily. I was just having a flip through to see if there was anything that I wanted for this particular spread, but I end up using this piece of painty paper that was sent to me a little while ago in some Happy Mail, and it's just beautiful. I just think it looks so good, and it's really nice and textured, and it's just lovely. So I'm gonna stick that painty paper down on the right hand page as the background for that. Now I want to back that other photo on the left hand page, and I did muck around for a while trying to find something to put behind it, but in the end I decided to use the leftover scrap of the paper that I used on the right hand page to make a little border to go around the photo, just sort of to mat this photo down on, to give it a pop of colour and to make it stand out a bit, because quite a lot of the photo was white around the edge of it, and it just wasn't standing out against the kind of whitish creamy kind of cardstock that I'm using as a base. So I decided to put it on this paper, and then I actually do, as you can see here, trim it down quite a lot more narrow than I had originally thought, and I definitely like that best, just having a really tiny thin pop of those colours, and it helps, you know, it keeps the colouring consistent because I'm using the same paper across both pages. So now I am pulling out a bunch of pieces of ephemera and little bits and bobs that I've got around to see if I can find some things to add to the page that I might like, and you know, that might sort of add something to it. So I'm just dragging, I've got a little tin over to the left of me, and I'm going through it, pulling out different bits and pieces. Most of this stuff doesn't get used. In fact, I don't know that any of this stuff gets used. Now, that little pink frame does. So this is my stuff. I just cut out a whole lot of it. A whole lot of me looking through the tin. And this is some bits and pieces that I've pulled out here. And I'm just playing around with placement of these bits and pieces. I do really like it down in this bottom corner, and that's where I am going to end up sticking a lot of the bits and pieces for this page. So I'm just playing around with the things and seeing what I like and where I like them. I really love this little sort of folk art looking piece over that I've just stuck down there with the partridge in the pear tree and the little doves or something, I think it is, and I'm pretty sure it's the 2 doves. Is it doves? For day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas. It's the second day, and this spread here is about my second day in my December daily journal, so that works really well. Gosh guys, I am terrible at going out of frame when I'm filming. Honestly, I'm the worst at this. It's just such a struggle for me. I'm always out of frame. It's ridiculous. I just really need to get better at this, but I just always think I'm in frame, and then I'm not. So I've pulled out a bunch of papers because I want to cover the background of the left-hand page, and so I kind of wanted it to be pink because of that frame that's around the little nutcracker, so I wanted to bring that pink across, and so I pulled out a bunch of these pink papers and I'm checking out which one I like the look of, and I go with the darker purpley one. There we go, that one there, because it was a bit thinner. The other one was quite thick, and I just felt like the thinner paper would probably stick down easier. My cat has just joined me. If you can hear her, I'm sorry about that. She's very noisy. So now I am choosing out some pieces to stick down. I'm going to use that little brown paper bag underneath it, because this is while it's my December daily, and I'm kind of just trying to stick to one or two simple stories on the page, it's also my daily journal. So I have been adding a lot of pockets and little spots that this is day 2, so both days I've added a little spot that I can tuck a little bit more journaling in, so that I can just document more about my day as a whole, rather than just the December-y, Christmassy parts, So I am just putting those holes back in so that I can sort of position where I want this little paper bag, and also the photo. It all has to kind of fit so that I didn't want to cover up the hole with any of that. So I just wanted to have those holes punched so I could really line it up well. I am adding in some of this black grid washi. I often tear my washi into little strips. I just find that washi is often just a little bit wider than what I'm actually looking for, particularly on this sized photo, which is, I guess, what would it be, 2x3, because I have put both of them on a 6x4 and cut them in half, so they're roughly 2x3, so they're quite, they're smaller photos, they're not big 6x4 images, so I don't need that thicker washi, and I like the texture of the torn edge on the washi as well. So I have pulled out that sticker book there, and I found that Falala sticker, and I just thought the green of that matched really nicely with the right hand page, because there's quite a lot of that sort of dark tealy green colour in the painted paper in the background, and so I thought I would use that one. It's really nice, it contrasts really well with that sort of purpley pink colour. And now I am adding this label sticker just to sort of annotate what that photo is about. I am going to add in some stickers across the top to make a title, and the title for this page is Nutcracker, because of obviously the Nutcracker photo that I have on the right hand page. You can tell I'm not confident with my left and right. There's always big pauses right before I tell you if it's the left page or the right page. I knew I wanted the word nut on the left hand page and cracker across on the right hand page, because I wanted it to kind of pull the two pages together by having the title go across both of them, and that just seems like an obvious breaking point between nut and cracker. So I started with the T of nut and worked backwards, and then cracker, obviously the beginning C, because it meant that I could line them up with each other, and I knew that I wouldn't go too far one way. If I started with the N on nut and then had started too far towards the left, it would look off and wrong. So I like to start from where I know I want letters to be. So I started, obviously in this case, from the inside of the two pages and worked my way out from there, and that works really well. So I have added some washi tape, and I'm adding a little card for my journaling card. I just so happen to have this little Christmas, what is it called? Project Life card, I guess, in my stash. And so I thought it fits perfectly in that little paper bag, so I would use that. Now I'm just doing my journaling on here, writing about our advent calendars. And then I am going to go ahead and write about my nutcracker, which, as I said earlier, came from the final Christmas party at an old workplace that was really, really special to me. So it's definitely one of my favourite ornaments, and I love using him every year. I just wanted to add a little something else to the journaling card. It just seemed a bit plain and a bit boring. I had that little piece that says 23 more sleeps to go. That is from my husband's advent calendar from last year. So I thought I would staple that to the top, and I decided I would add a bit of ribbon to the top too, just to give it something to pull it out of the paper bag by, and just for some more texture and interest, I guess. The pages, I just felt like they needed something else in the background to add something, I don't know. There was something missing, I thought, and so I decided I would go in with my white gel pen. It's a Uniball Signo in white, I don't know, and add those little stars, and now I'm all finished. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, come back again soon and subscribe, because I will be bringing out more and more December daily videos over the course of this month. Bye!